Next, we have Anarchy in the Arena. Okay. The Ops was consists of Hobbs, Joe, and Shibata, along with Willow, Swerve, and Kenny versus the Death Riders and the Bucks. Um, there was a lot of craziness that went on in this.
Lots of music.
A lot of music. It started playing. Well, it started with everyone getting their introductions, and then the Bucks came in. They had their own special introduction where they're acting like 'cause they're the founding fathers of AEW or yeah, whatever. And they're playing this
I hated that.
Is that colonial music or something?
This colonial revolutionary music nonsense, dressed up in period style clothes, and then Kenny was like, "Okay, let's let's get rid of this music." So they started playing the Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited, and then the music stopped because Kenny had to change that music and let them play what was it? Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
And the only thing that was messed up about hearing that they wouldn't shut the doggone music off. I mean, come on, now they kept replaying it over and over.
About 5-6 times.
I mean, come on, it was so annoying.
But the crowd was digging it though. They were singing along, and Kenny got to pull with some of the people, like take selfies and all that. And
yeah, for a wrestling match. Anyway, for an ongoing wrestling match. But the thing is, they did end up cutting the music when was the Swerve got thrown into the speaker or something. But
yeah, Claudio grabbed him and did like the big swing and let him go like right
and the speaker, and that cut the music.
And like, yep, that's one way to cut the music.
And then the crickets started chirping again. So anyway, all right. So Marina ended up at one point chaining Willow's ear to the ring post. Nana ended up freeing Willow
because Nana was fortified.
Oh, good gosh, you
certified. I mean,
yeah, he brought him in on a forklift. Yuta ended up flew into a staple because someone used a staple gun. Yuta got thrown and they used the staple on him. I don't remember who. One of the Bucks ended up getting stapled in the balls. I didn't care. Marina stapled Swerve's tongue. I didn't care. Moxley used cutters on he used the cutter on Willow, which was kind of interesting there. Kenny ended up using the Snapdragon on Marina.
That was more whatever because Moxie's a heel, so whatever. He just did a cutter on Willow without giving a crap. And then Kenny grabbed Marina, but he was hesitating a lot. And Marina was like, "Do it, fucking do it," or whatever. So he finally did the Snapdragon on him.
Yep. And then Willow got super kicked. Oh well, no, she got super kicked, and the ref technically got hit or something. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
And then they put tacks, and then they grabbed Kenny. They put tacks in his mouth.
I don't know how you do that spot without accidentally swallowing a tack or two.
Yeah. Hook did show up, and he helped, and he beat down somebody with a golf club. I forget who. And what's name is like, Joe wanted to come in to join them, and Hook was like, he won't have it, none of that, and he just left. So I guess the thing is, maybe he's upset because he got replaced.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, because it wasn't available whenever he won the trios titles. Hop kind of took his place. So I guess he's kind of, whatever. Yeah, I think it was that other guy. Wasn't it that who's that random guy that keeps helping the Bucks lately?
When Gabe showed up.
Yeah,
Gabe Kidd.
Oh, wait. That's what it was?
Gabe Kidd he's one of the Bullet Club War Dogs. He's the guy who ended Eddie Kingston's career.
Oh. Wait, ended or
yeah, like ended. Not literally. Well, basically what happened was I was there. He was at New Japan Resurgence, and Eddie Kingston's dumbass he challenged Gabe Kidd to a no rules match, no poles, no rules match, which basically like took away all the ropes and anything goes. And he starts beating they start beating the crap out of each other and fighting in a thing where like they're fighting each other outside of the ring and all this stuff. Eddie Kingston's dumbass sets up a ladder between the ring and the barricade, and he does a move. He tries to do a move. Kidd reverses it, and Kingston lands. He pulled an edge. Instead of him going like this, like this, like that, through the ladder, like flat. His ass went like this and had his knees turned and went like it was like fucking idiot. So the ladder snapped his
Was
knee.
that the injury that got him out of action? Was that?
Yeah, he hasn't wrestled since.
Also, is that move? Oh, okay.
And then he literally, apparently, recently he grew out his beard. It's all gray and white, and he's like, I don't want to come back to wrestling. It's not the way it was. Anyway,
Oh, I didn't know that.
back to the clusterfuck in the Coliseum match.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was almost done with this, but
no, go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, I like this other part. But
but like Gabe ended up showing up, like yada yada yada. Mark Briscoe showed up. Then they kind of baited all the other Death Riders out of the ring, and they ended up locking them in the ambulance. Yeah, that was interesting, but it is kind of dumb at the same time because Mark Briscoe also was not treated for any of his injuries because they left the ambulance there. I mean, they did say it was a stretcher match, whoever gets locked in wins, but think about it. So who let him out of the ambulance for him to go and help? Was he unconscious this whole time and all of a sudden say, oh no, I gotta go out there, I gotta help all my friends, all that other stuff, and then I gotta get out of the ambulance, I hear all this noise going on.
yep.
Yeah, so I guess so. And then Nana ended up taking out the shoes that they were promoting earlier that apparently that Swerve had for sale or whatever. They had thumbtacks in them, and then Swerve ended up using used the Swerve stomp on the tags on one of the bucks. I don't care. And Swerve got the pin, but there was also this other spot that I forgot to put in here, but I do remember because it was just so doggone stupid. They had an exploding table.
Oh no! The table I think exploded because when they broke through it, it yanked out all the power cables during the thing. So I don't know that was gimmick or not. That wasn't like an exploding table in general, but it did like the wires and junk got blown up or whatever. And
Okay, so my opinion on this match, it was a mess. It was just so much crazy nonsense going on. And I know they were trying to do the four screen thing. I mean, still really couldn't keep up with everything. There were just some things where like, oh, who's doing what, who's where, and all that other stuff. So, and the music thing was just annoying. It got old really fast.
yeah, I think maybe playing it twice would have been enough because.
But it just kept looping and looping and looping.
But it was weird though. I just wonder if it would be different being there in person though, because the crowd was eating it up. I mean, I know it was looping, but they were all still let the bodies hit the floor, like everyone was like.
Yeah, but that's sad. But that's sad that they were reacting more to that than they were to what was going on around them.
Well, they ran out of those giant volleyball things, those beach balls they have in WWE, so they had to use something else to keep the crowd entertained. You know.
All right, Jack. I'm ready for your rant. Oh, I have no alcohol.
Well,
Go ahead.
Yep, let's get the alcohol. Hold on, Jack.
Oh.
We were prepared.
Okay.
When we found out that you were coming, we were getting ready.
Okay. I was wait. Okay, I'll just wait for a second.
I should forget that wine bottle.
Who? I'm trying to remember everyone who was in the match.
Okay, so we have Samoa Joe, you had Hobbs, you had Shibata,
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, Kenny Omega, Willow, Marina, Swerve, the Death, and all of those Death Riders, minus Pac, and the Young Bucks. And Gabe showed up, and Hook showed up, and Mark Briscoe showed up.
So we got Light Strike now. There's a cool
So
thing I just found out right now. Alcohol.
So I'm in the mindset of this match, this style of match is the perfect match to encompass everything that AEW is. It's dumb shit. It's not well written, not well paced, not well filmed, makes absolutely no sense. Everyone involved looks worse for being in it. And I knew it was a clusterfuck before the bell rang, because you're forgetting the most important part, and that is that Kenny Omega came out with a fucking trash can that looked like Captain America's shield, and he had his stupid ass logo on it. And I'm like, what the hell is happening here? What the they're meant to be taken seriously with this shit? I have literally seen little kids at conventions that look more threatening than half of these fuckers. I am serious when I say I cannot take this shit seriously. You cannot have people legitimately take this seriously. And I don't understand. Truly, I do not understand AEW fans. I really, truly cannot comprehend it, because it is quite literally the equivalent of a chef coming up to your table, shitting on your plate, and going, bon appetit, and everyone's just like, oh my God, personal service. I'm like, are you brain damaged? Like, what is happening here? First of all, I'm surprised you guys weren't so excited that you just couldn't hide it, because apparently that was the point. And also, one of the things I keep hearing about this match that everyone keeps calling it is let the botches hit the floor, because there were so many fucking botches in this match, which I'm like, yeah. Fun fact, a little bit of a tangent. If you play a recorded licensed song more than 5 times, you have to pay full royalties on it. So basically, like, you have to pay as if you're a radio station.
So you see, William gets popcorn when there's Jack Rants. We get the alcohol.
Yep.
But yeah, so if you pay a song, a licensed recorded song, 5 times, you actually have to pay the full royalties as if it's a radio station to the people who wrote the song. So that's the reason they kept. And so I'm like, did you all learn nothing from the other dumbass Anarchy in the Arena matches where it's just like, because did you remember when they did the wow thing for like 7 times, and everyone's just like, we're sick of it. Shut the fuck up. I felt like the Grinch in the cartoon, and I was like, all the noise. So thank God when I watched it, I watched it on a streaming site, because I could actually mute my computer.
Oh, we don't want to say that note, though, that PVV.com is doing a good job. We didn't have any problems or issues like we used to back then with the Bleacher Report Live and stuff. And it keeps like buffering or freezing.
I've been hearing their service is actually pretty good. I think it's because they're used to working globally, whereas Bleacher Report was like just local. You know what I mean? Like, they were just US. So I'm like, oh, okay. Anyway, I only really remember 2 things about the match other than how dumb it was.
Wait. Okay, I forgot to mention this. That is the only good thing about this match, is that the Bucks team lost. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I love how they cram these motherfuckers in the ambulance, keep them the fuck out of there, so the Bucks can lose with no other, guys that come save them or stop it or break the pin or whatever.
Yeah,
that was good.
That was the only good thing about this match. Everything else was like, oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. Just something else I gotta mention I thought was really stupid. Because remember, we were talking about matches that probably should have had blood, and how this should have been one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All the stapling stuff. The fact that, like I said, the thing with Willow smacking Marina in the head with a bottle, which should have put her out of the match. It's sort of like the match with Anna Page and Swerve, I think, when they used the cinder block, and I was like, okay, why is he still moving? You're supposed to do suspension of disbelief, but there should be a line somewhere. Hitting someone in the head with a bottle exploding over your head.
They don't understand. It's movie style writing. So, like, in a movie, you see a guy get hit, and you're like, even though you don't feel it, you're supposed to go like, ooh, like you're supposed to expect, like, hear a noise, go bam, and they go, oh, they go down. You're like, okay, cool, fair enough. But if you see a guy punch and he's just standing there like, and then you're like, I win, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's not a fight. And I'm like, that's kind of the equivalent of what it is, and they don't understand. I could pinpoint, and y'all can look in the archive of exactly when I called this shit. This is back when Ricky Rocks was still on the podcast. I said this shit kills wrestling was when you remember when Kenny was the belt collector and they had a feud with Pac and he hit him with 4 belts in a row and he kept getting back up. And I said that is usually it. 1 belt, that's it. But he hit him with a belt, Pac got up. Hit him with another, Pac got up. Hit him. I'm like, this is that same shit. You did that 4 years ago and you're doing the same shit.
Oh, okay. So that's something I would have missed. I wasn't regularly watching 4 years ago. Because like I said, I watched like the first year, a little bit of the first year, like the first pay-per-view, but I never, fully got back into it. Like maybe
This
like
was during the pandemic era.
I really wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't watching then. But just the fact that
they're still
Jack,
doing the same shit. They're still doing it.
No, but Jack, just the fact that you brought that up, that they with the belt. Usually, if you get hit by the belt, usually that is out because after that you pin, you win.
Yeah.
Are you telling me?
At this time,
I need more alcohol.
At this point, Kenny had the AEW, the TNA, or the AEW, the Impact, the AAA Mega Championship, and then I forgot the other belt he had. He had 4 belts. And he literally hit Pac with all 4 belts. And he hit him once, Pac got up. Hit him with the other belt, Pac got up. And I'm like sitting here thinking, what the fuck is this? This is a match. But this match is exactly what they did. They did that same shit where it's just like, oh, am I supposed to feel something? Okay. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you don't care. If you don't care, why do I care? There's only 2 other things I remember about the match, and that is there were women in it. I'm like, that's something new. Like, that's it. And then the other thing was, I didn't know they were thumbtacks. I thought he had used cleats. Like golf cleats. But then I'm like thinking, oh, when they said it was thumbtacks, I'm like, oh, thank God, because if it was cleats, that would have been straight up murder, and we would have seen a snuff film. Like, because I don't know if you've ever seen shoe cleats in golf. They're literally made of like thick, neat, like thick, hills. So it's like that's what I was like, ooh. But
something like that.
Also, don't even get me started on the 4-panel camera angle. And I'm like, yes, because your dumbass attention seeking, your ADHD fucking audience is totally going to be able to pay attention to every little screen at the same time.
But here we go. To be fair, for the one that you actually care about, you only focus on that one.
Yeah. But I'm like, okay, this ain't Mario Kart. We're not going to be focusing on one screen the whole time. But the other thing of it is, it won't even matter because what do we always say, Mark? Every time there's an Anarchy in the Arena match, the cameraman sucks. Every time. And this was no exception.
That, they need an Anarchy in the Arena match that has Anna Jay and Sky Blue, and then there'll be 110% focus and everything. Oh God, can you imagine if they do like a split screen and someone got fired for that? You see a split screen,
just have
and
like
you see
on this screen.
Sky Blue bending over here, Anna Jay bending over there, Tony Storm doing her flying thing, and I don't know who else.
That's not mean in there.
Yeah, I mean, Shirakawa shaking her boobs, but zooming on the boobs, you see the boobs.
It'd be a 4-panel. It'd be a 4-panel screen. It'd have a 4-panel screen. Four-panel screen, and it'd have a 4-panel screen. It's like Kenny Omega doing a dive spot, the Young Bucks doing a Meltzer driver. For no reason, Anna Jay's ass and a full zoom in. And like you're like, what? What was that last thing? Just like, and then Tony Schiavone cut the Tony Schiavone like just do that. That perfect. Like it's like no notes. Put this in the Criterion collection. This is masterpiece theater here. Like that's pretty much where I'm at this point. I'm like at this point, at the more people I hear that go, I legitimately saw a woman who was dead ass serious and said, the Anarchy in the Arena is the greatest stipulation in all of pro wrestling. I'm like, in what fucking cosmic universe are you this brain damaged that you think that was pro wrestling? Because it's not. It's not. It's essentially, you basically tried recreating the Beat It music video with crappy music and people that don't understand how to fight. Let's give a bunch of kindergartners some power tools and see what happens. That's pretty much what this match is.
Oh God.
Anyway,
Johnny, your
masterpiece
thoughts?
theater. Moving on. What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, what do you think of this cluster? You know what?
Well, I'm just gonna say that this whole match was a clusterfuck. You could barely tell what the hell is going on because the bad, you have the stupid, crappy split screen and the crappy camera angles, and then it really doesn't matter which wrestler is doing which thing in which side of the ring or inside the, I don't know, the ring's like what, the cafeteria or whatever. Like it doesn't matter which side of the angle they're at because you're never gonna see the full picture because there's just way too much shit going on at the same time. And it doesn't help that you have crappy camera work that you can't really tell what the hell's going on. But the only good thing about this match is that at least the Young Bucks lost.
Yep. That was the best part. Just them losing. But like I said, the problem with this is like who cares I'm glad that they lost, but who cares that they lost because it wasn't for like a world championship or anything. So, it's like,
Or it wasn't like if they lose, the Death Riders must disband or something.
yeah,
something like
there was no
that.
real stipulation. It was just Joe was mad at him. Or he just wanted to take him out. I mean, that's it, really. And whatever.
And so what's the over under on this one?
Oh yeah, the ops won. I call it Team Joe won. So everybody went for Team Joe except for Jack and DJF. They figured the Death Riders side would win.
Okay.